Call it Airbag Bay. Airbag Bay with that toe throw. What? What you just say? Airbag Bay with the toe throw. Yo, whoever said that shit, yo, that shit tripped me out. She was like, it's a beautiful picture, but I ain't smoking no toe throw. Damn.
It's so funny because before that we talked about how that shit
toe jam, but I think toe throw, she got that one, yo.
Yeah.
The toe throw. Damn. Oh.
Stay up for most of the day, and then I ended up just getting up not too long ago. So I'm just now taking my first Tylenol for the first
Oh,
time.
goddamn.
But I've been trying not to just take that shit just to take it. I've been trying to take it when I'm really in pain. At least it cooled off. I was so hot this morning. And I still haven't heard anything back. But my mom said just let the insurance people deal with it and talk to them. Which cord is which? Which the one to the refrigerator? The one on the bottom?
Just pull the cord from touch the pencil sharpener and follow that cord in.
Yes, it's the one on the bottom.
Okay. What the fuck I'm supposed to know from over here?
Cause you're the person who put it there.
Yeah.
I would know that. You've been with me all day. You just stink breath butt. take you to get your teeth brushed this weekend, boo? You smelling everything and everybody. You happy Travis home? You happy Travis home? Hmm? Are you happy Travis is home? Okay. But you breathing your stink breath in my face. You smell like a dog. What?
Why can't I do that?
What are you doing? You gonna hit your head. Mm-mm.
Who's that? Oh, a Dorito.
Time to vacuum again.
Hmm?
I said time to vacuum again. Can you not? Because I'm watching you. Being greedy. Being greedy.
All right, I just introduced someone to an intellectual. He should be happy for that. Oh.
Oh, you forgot, huh?
No.
I'll take a sip.
I'm drinking my drink.
And what fantasy was it?
Yeah, I ain't drinking my drink.
Too bad I don't want it.
My American Dingo. You got a dog, but you ain't got a dingo. I'll tell you that now.
You from the Carolinas.
I know you ain't got no dingoes. If you got a dingo, you probably got a wallaby.
LOL.
If you got a wallaby, you might have a kangaroo.
I was about to say.
And if you got a kangaroo, motherfucker, you Australian, bitch. What the fuck you doing watching this shit anyway?
And they need something to do.
I got wallabies, kangaroos,
Yo, that's crazy. People really be having kangaroos for pets.
dingoes. Motherfucker tame anything. I get my bread right, I'm getting that monkey, yo.
Yo, I saw the nastiest thing today from a monkey, yo. I do not want a monkey anymore. Babe, why he was doing this? And then afterwards, babe, why he go like this? I was like, oh my God.
Monkey see, monkey do.
They're so much like us. I was like, ew, you nasty little thing. Probably watch the damn human. Figure that shit out, like, ooh.
That good rain. Yeah, I'm gonna have to cut the grass on Saturday. I mean, need to get some more seed. I'm trying to put down some more seed one more time. Might have to holler at tomorrow. Oh no, I ain't hit up Budman in a minute.
Yeah, but whoever got the best got the best.
You don't know what Budman got though. Until you holler at him. I might do a half and half. So get the fuck out my head. Stop it.
You mad cause I know you? You mad cause I know you,
I
bro?
fuck with Budman though, so I need to get that nigga some money. Not give him some money, but let him get some money.
What are you eating? Don't eat nothing up here. Yeah, he looking at you too. Nobody's saving you. No, you can't get between my legs. And you still gonna try. You get on my damn nerves, you brat. You damn brat. Stop eating shit for you to eat some paint and be sick. You ain't paying for your vet bill. Too expensive. Really? Yeah. She needs her teeth brushed tomorrow or Saturday. And I gotta find out where my car is at least, cause yeah.
You can do that now.
I've already called them.
Oh.
They didn't answer. They said if it's an emergency, call 911. If not, leave a message and we'll get back to you. I called them at 8:30 this morning. I mean, I know the area, in that same area we were in. I just don't know where. It's really essentially May already. Like, I can't believe that shit. My grandma had to get a blood transfusion today.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, she alright though. You know, she be going through chemo and all that. But she had to get 2 bags of blood, which was a lot. Don't be the neighbors. Ah! Fuck them neighbors.
Fuck them neighbors.
Pull up in motor cage. I got a show today. It's all I'm trying to do. Hustle and motivate. Choppers will throw away. Hustle the overweight. That's why they follow me.
They think I know the way. Some might know the things. Better than sold away. And if you pattern my trend, I make you my protege.
Crossing that soldier race. Niggas don't know them days. Take you in back of the village.
Make you expose your rage. Take you across the tracks. Make you explode the face. Now you official now. But you got a soul to save.
I just been cooking that note.
I'm about to drop in the field.
Think if I call it the great.
The people gon' call it the truth.
I ain't really trip on the credit.
I just pay all of my dues.
I just respected the game. Now my name all in the news. Tripping on all of my moves. Put me on this,
I got a lot more to prove.
I came on this bitch.
Fresh out the caddy with nothing to lose. No. I got it. Yeah. gotta wash my hair this weekend. No.
Do that thing. That was on.
But my money real.
Now they know. I don't do this shit for nothing.
Back in this bitch like I never left. There was some shit that you never read. Passing through stages and life through the ups and the downs like it's not just another test. Get by the blues like a fucking rep. I got respect in 100 cents. So many times in another chest. Laying no base if it wasn't chest. Come from that closet you couldn't stretch. Come from that circle you couldn't text. Heavenly pleasure and never stress. Even though niggas ain't show up, we was a mess. Honest and catch a young nigga trench. That was no action. What they expect? Only thing we do for show is the bait and set. Fuck living basic, I'm taking risks. Fuck what they said, I'm saying this. Don't waste your time, it don't make you rich, it don't mean nothing, so fuck 'em, let's make a grip. Double up, triple up, make assist. Falling so hard you can pay a bitch. Lead to the lake if they wanna fish. Make sure them niggas around you stick to the script. It should be written in stone. You should come visit my zone. I'll take my word, double check all of my flows. Ask them how hustle got home, but fuck what you heard. It's the one who got it home. Showed everything but they sold. Turn off the car. Real niggas rich as you learn. To dress the woman make it serve. I'm doing this for nothing.
Real niggas is rich through nerds, addressed to whoever it may concern. No. Not at all. But my money real. I don't do this shit for nothing. Yeah. Cut the bass out. Victory lap.
It's so sad that shit is called Victory Lap 2, and then
That was
that's
his
when he
last.
died.
That was his last lap. Nigga. His first official like studio album. All his other shit was basically like technically mixtapes.
Mixtape.
You know what I'm saying? He put out his first
Real
album,
Rocks.
and that's the thing. Like before he even put out a real official album, he still had tracks with all the hot rappers, yo.
Yeah, he was
Like,
one of the
everybody-
only people that made it off of mixtapes.
Yeah. Who did it before him? What's the light skinned nigga who sang and rap? Drake. I never heard that mixtape that everybody knows about. I never heard that
That's his
mixtape. yo.
best album to me. Or
And they
mixtape,
was like,
whatever.
yo, that.
I mean, there's a mixtape, but it still was album material. Like, you know, like Nipsey, his shit be hot,
Mhm.
but it be mixtape shit. Like, Drake took a mixtape and made that shit into some pop album type shit.
Man, I never heard
So
that
Far Gone.
old, yeah, I never heard that shit, yo. And then Kendrick with his 808. No, Section 80.
Section 80, yeah.
That Section 80 was that shit, yo.
Those are probably the best two mixtapes to me. I mean, as much as I love Nipsey and what he did, because he made it off of mixtapes, Kendrick is like the
Doozy,
number
what
one.
a doozy.
J. Cole did it too, Friday Night Lights. But then he came up with that song, Who That? And that's how it kind of blew.
Never heard J. Cole's mixtapes before he
Friday Night
got
Lights?
in there. Nope. And he was
That's
right in North
probably the
Carolina.
best.
I remember that. I remember the first time I heard his
You
music.
heard Who That?
No, it was, I forgot what track it was, but motherfuckers bumping some shit, and I'm like, yo, who that is? There's like
I'm telling you, Who That is what he blew up
Cause
on.
yo, good afternoon, cause I'm from South Carolina, yo, and so when I heard it, it was like, yo, it's some dude from North Carolina, nigga named J. Cole, you know what I'm saying? Like, and
I love
even
me some
then,
J. Cole
there's like,
too,
yo,
man.
he about to blow, but
He's so fucking
I
humble.
never got on him like early, like I didn't get on him honestly till his second studio album.
That is the one person that I want to go see. I've seen Kendrick in concert, so if there's anybody that I want to see, is J. Cole and probably Erykah Badu.
Arthur 33. What the number stand for? If you don't mind me asking, what the 33 stand for? Because numbers always mean something. Did you create this account when you was 33 years old? Did you actually progress through all the levels of
Mason.
the Masonic systems and make it up to the goddamn 33? You know what I'm saying? Is you trying to what else 33?
Trying to feel young again?
No, it was 33 steps on some shit, yo.
Somebody probably already had the name
You
Arthur,
like,
so
man,
they
I
had to
just-
put Arthur. And
Damn, somebody
already
got Arthur too? Man, fuck it, 33, bitch. Arthur, 33.
Imagine typing in the 33 and they say, choose another number.
Nothing, I just needed a number to use. I went all the way from 1 to 12, 26, man, all that shit was going.
Arthur Rogers. Well, we know you ain't a troll then.
No, that's my
what's up.
man's.
Oh, you know them. Okay.
Don't know him personally, but yes, sir. Yo,
You know, trolls like to come on the weekend.
yo, this my man's right here, yo. Yo, why my Facebook loading slow? Oh, bruh. Yo, your art. Hats off to you, sir. The piece you working on now, fucking super stupid. And you from the Carolinas too, ain't it? Cause you said you was in the Lake City, Joan? In the art contest down there? Yes, sir. Really, in Charlotte. Okay, I really admire your intelligence and intellect. For one, your creativity, and then your style and your technique is impeccable. It's meticulous. You good, right?
I like the way he made the hair look.
He good, yo.
Every artist got something that like stands out to me, but like the hair, like it just looked like I could reach in the picture.
Yo, this motherfucker good, bro. Damn, well, I really enjoy looking at your art, bro. Yes, sir. I enjoy our little conversation we be having, cause this the one he entered in the contest.
Like a black Jesus warrior
Yo,
type vibe.
where's the one he's
The
working
Jesus
on
warrior,
now,
that's
yo?
how he
He's
do
working
it.
on this so big, motherfucker pull out a ladder, yo. He's got like 5 people in it.
He said, I respect your work, bro. You're a machine. Definitely a fucking machine.
Hey man, I be getting the motivation from the other artists I respect. I be like that piece you working on now. I be like, I gotta do something. Let me get my ass in the studio right now. Say it, babe.
I was trying to read it. I'm like, what is that? Thieving?
Oh, it's broken up. Okay, I see it now.
We're both trying to read it like, thieving. Look at your dog. Look.
She good. She trying to see outside. Here it goes right here. Look how big this John is. Hold on.
You know, she about to go ape shit. Damn, that's a huge painting. I like the one with the lady the best.
Yeah, wait. I said he's still working on this one though. They're gonna take him a while to get through with this. He's been on it for a minute, but he got a long way to go for it done.
Bro, I wish I worked as fast as you do. I would have so much more work done.
I wish I worked as large as you do. I would have so much more impressive pieces.
Oh, okay.
I see. Yeah. What size is that canvas? I know that shit like 8 feet by 6 feet or some crazy shit. It looked tall as hell, bro.
What nosy box?
A 6 by 7 or something.
Go look out the window. Why you
Yeah, big, bro.
Go look out the window. Go ahead.
I've been. Okay. Yeah, I can see her a little bit. Like she's like the woman, the girl.
gonna
the
still
main
want that-
figure,
that
the
first one.
guy holding the fabric, and then there's somebody behind the central figure as well, and then just the background. Bro, where you took the video down, or am I missing something? Oh no, here it is.
Oh my goodness. Yes, Boozy. Yes, Boozy.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want, baby? What?
Oh, okay.
That first one we looked at that I said he looked like a
Yeah.
black Jesus.
78 fucking inches, bro. Jesus Christ.
Oh my God, you're so needy. You be with me all day and still want to be up under me. I'm a spoiled ass dog.
All right, so this is my after work stream. Normally I try to give myself an hour. That's the one in Art Fields. Okay, that's what's up. That's the guy with the dreads. Yo, they got a big prize for that Art Field too, man. I know you got a rank in that shit, bro. Working on I've photographed 2 still lifes. So I don't know, man. It's like I don't feel like I'm in a rut with portraits because I just love painting people, but I can't seem to find the models I want right now for a concept that's kind of like bouncing around in my head. And I've been telling myself for 2 or 3 years that I'm going to do more still lifes because I enjoy painting still lifes too. So I just said fuck it, for the next set of paintings I'm going to go ahead and do these still lifes, and while I try to acquire new models for portraitures. But then like I've done like really good still lifes, middle tools, wrenches and screwdrivers, fruits, a glass bowl of fruit, teapots, teacups, vases, flowers, with the fabric. I've done all those. So and then another component to these paintings are I'm at a point too where I really am trying to be more free with myself and what I put in my imagery. I feel like I always create images that I want people to see. That's what artists really do. Like we create stuff. We want people to see our ideas. So we try to like visualize a concept in a way so that when somebody sees it, they can have the same thought or similar thought that we have. But I've had some shit in my head that I feel like is not for most people, and if I would paint it, it kind of would be just for myself almost. And so I haven't done these paintings. And the last one I did with the Todro, with the feet in the weed, it's like I've had that image in my head for years, and I just never painted it because, like, you can see the reactions from it. A lot of people think it's weird, and it's like, but now I'm like, I'll give a fuck because honestly, I just painted that shit for myself, and I put it out there, and I don't care what anybody says about it. And after I got done, it took me like a day or so to post it because I almost forgot to post the image. Cause I even thought about not posting it because it's like my painting. You know what I'm saying? So, but I still shared it with everybody. And so now with these next set of still lifes, I kind of want to do a still life, but really do it in my own way. And so this is one idea that I've had for a while too, because I like to show off my book collection and try to incorporate education into the art. Literature is education, whether you agree with it or not. Reading books just helps your vocabulary, helps your grammar, helps you hone your thoughts better. Reading is just an excellent mental exercise in general. And then the material that I read, I've noticed most people of my age group and of my specific race haven't haven't been privy to this information. So I felt like it's my duty to help educate in whatever way I can. So I'd like to show my library in my artwork. And well, I'm a really big anime buff too, and so I thought for a long time I've thought about like incorporating like my anime or some aspect of animation into my art because I have more anime movies than live action movies. I play video game I still play video games to this day, 40 years old, and I don't think that shit is ever gonna leave me. I love fucking cartoons, yo. I love video games. I love interactive media like that. And so I've figured that in this still life, I would incorporate some of my anime collection. And it's kind of informative as well because these movies have really, really deep concepts. These movies, the concepts are just mind blowing, but they're animated features, and on top of that, they're not obscure, but they are of a certain genre where, once again, most people in my age group, and a lot of people just aren't aware of these movies. So I feel like putting this in my art is another way to like kind of educate on some shit. Left Hand Bandit, all the way from Florida. I don't know, bro. I never really like tried to appraise them shits. I don't know. Could you even find a copy of these shits on VHS now? Like, they might be worth something. They might be, they'll become collector's items. I mean, they're not like, well, Akira is an old ass movie. It's fucking vintage now. And then my favorite drink of choice, Jose Cuervo, man, tequila, man, some tequila.
Yeah.
So I might call this drink night or movie night. I meant the title of this one is gonna be movie night. So if you've never tried the special tequila from Blue Agave, you should try this right here and see if you like it and watch one of these movies, Ghost in the Shell, Akira, or A Scanner Darkly, and you might like the movies. So it is a way to kind of like inform people. So when they see it, they can really take something away from it and be like, yo, I might try to find this film and watch it. But yeah, as far as the VHS cassettes, I don't know how much them shits are worth. They gotta be worth more than like what I paid for them. Back then, I paid like $15 or $16 for that shit. I won't sell it for $16. I know that much. I don't care what if it's the same value or not. But I ain't gonna sell that shit for $16, motherfucker. Shit, my VHS copy of Akira. Oh hell no, hell no. And so I'm really big into anime, and like I said, I'm really big into video games. Still play games. So I chose this series right here, Watch Dogs, because it's about breaking down the system. It's a really in-depth series, yo, and I'm currently playing the newest or latest installment, Watch Dogs Legion. It takes place in London, and I'm a big advocate of ending prohibition of marijuana. So this is kind of piecing together a little more details about my personality and who I am as a person in general. So I can be the artsy smartsy guy with the books and shit, or I can be the chill guy with the drinks. anime, some doobies. I know, right? But we're gonna outline, just try to get like 30 or 40 minutes of outlining in on here. Cause we're going out for dinner tonight. Well, not going out for dinner. We're gonna order some dinner out. We gotta go grab it.
We're thinking about seafood all day.
Mm-hmm. I'm in the mood for seafood. I can go for a surf and turf.
I already knew you was gonna say that. You want the steak and the lobster?
Yes, ma'am. The surf and turf.
And you already know what I'm getting. Surf and lobster.
All right. So what we're gonna listen to is.
Oh my goodness. Alright. Can't do it anymore.
Study the Africans, our ancestors. They study tribes lost somewhere in Australia.
Come on, you know you want to follow me.
This motherfucker say. Technically, a can of sardines is seafood, bro. I'm just saying, it's fish. It's fish, nigga. You want some anchovies in the jar? Seafood. My man said I'm on a seafood diet. When I see food, I eat it.
In a climate where the Europeans have done a lot of anthropological studies of other people. They studied American Indians. They studied Africans, our ancestors. They studied tribes lost somewhere in Australia. But no one has actually sat down and studied the Europeans.
Think
no
about
one
that.
has gone into looking at the European from an anthropological standard, how they really are.
Wait a minute. Wait, this motherfucker say. Now the European done went around and named and classified and categorized everybody. You know, they done studied the Polynesians, the Africans, the Native Americans. They go digging up shit and calling it artifacts, and yo, that motherfucker European done studied everybody else. But who has really done in-depth studies and research on the Europeans? Yo, Dr. Africa.
Really came from. What is the nature of this person? What is the nature of this tribe, this clan, this family? So what I'm going to do is give you a background into nutritional causes of what we call today racism. Now, the Europeans came from somewhere, first of all. They claim they walked from Asia all the way up to Europe, and they established their civilization in Europe. They took a 4,000-mile walk from Asia up to Europe. That is their claim. And they claim their race is from 3 Sanskrit words. That is their claim. But the only thing we have historically to document them is what the facts are. There are a lot of people who claim that they were made and created in a laboratory, the Europeans. There are a lot of people who claim they are a degenerate black person, someone who suffers from a melanin deficiency. That is true. But the facts are they came from somewhere. So we're going to look at where they came from and what caused them to behave the way they behave, strictly as a science, like you look at any other animal. There are human beings that behave like animals, and then there are animals that behave like human beings. So we're going to look at some animals that behave like human beings. Now, according to, let me go to the chalkboard for a minute. Now, we're going back to maybe 1.5 million years ago. And during that period of time, they had what they call the Ice Age. And that was about 1.5 million years ago.
Have your attention, please. Workshop done.
I'll let him pause there.
Dealing with abusive relationships. Room 102. The challenges of international interracial relationships is in room.
Yeah, so we know that the Ice Age started, the most recent one started 1.5 million years ago. And it just stopped about 10,000 years ago. That's when it stopped, 10,000 years ago.
Okay, so that's always something I think about when people discuss climate change. Well, see, that's how they use the language, because I'm old enough to remember when it was called global warming. Now they don't really say global warming anymore. They just say climate change. And before that, it was what was it? The greenhouse effect or some shit like that. They used to say, depleting. But now, I don't know. He just said like there was an ice age, and then the ice age ended. Right. This is a normal cycle. Ice ages are normal cycles on our planet because of the fucking sun, yo. Solar minimum and solar maximums. And sometimes, the sun be hotter than normal, yo. For fucking millennia and shit. And then sometimes it'll cool down. So the sun plays a major factor in our fucking ice caps, yo. I don't see why people don't understand this shit, yo. And yeah, the ice caps are melting because we're coming out of an ice age. It's not always like that. Like the polar caps they're not always there. So it's the end of an ice age and everybody's like fucking having all this new science about all this other shit and how much cows contribute to man, look, man. I get all that and I understand all that too, and cars and the Industrial Revolution and all that shit and deforestation. Deforestation is probably like one of the heaviest impacts, but at the same time, the earth is 75% water or some dumb shit, yo. You know where we get most of our oxygen from? The ocean and algae. we get more oxygen from the waters of the world than from the land masses of the world. That's something else people don't realize. Anyway, I don't know. I just went on a long tangent just because he discussed the ending of an ice age, and every time I hear that, it's just like, duh, yeah. So the polar caps are melting, and we're gonna lose coastal shores because the waters are gonna rise, and that is what it is, yo. Like, it is what it is. I don't know why motherfuckers be acting so fucking crazy over this shit. And I get trying to reduce our carbon footprint and not use. I'm really talking too much. Let me put this shit back on. I ain't gonna lie, yo, that's that fucking liquor, bro. What do you think will happen when the caps melt? Yo, I think that's all that's gonna happen, yo. Is we're gonna lose our coasts are gonna get pushed back on every continent. And they're just gonna have a little bit less beach fronts. Well, or the beach fronts are gonna just be like I say, pushed back. Our Earth is fucking dynamic, yo. This shit shifts and moves on its own, and then outside effects from our solar system, yo. like we just haven't been here long enough to experience like some super duper crazy ass fucking asteroid or comet or some shit yet, yo. You know, and that shit is almost inevitable unless we come up with some type of counter defense system or deterrent or a way to alter the course or trajectory of an incoming object. Like that should have happened, and when it does, ain't nothing nobody gonna be able to do about that shit, yo. And that should have changed. It'll push out a false ass like nuclear winter, and, you know, and the Earth will change then. Like this shit is just dynamic as fuck, yo. If all the polar caps melt and the fucking temperatures continue to rise and it's getting so many degrees each year, yeah, and it's called adaptation. Motherfuckers have adapted to all this shit. That's how, because we know that one time the Sahara was a fucking farce, yo. The Sahara was, yo, shit just fucking changes, and that is what it is. Now it's a fucking desert. Obviously, the people say that the fucking, even the Giza Plateau was green, yo. When man was living there, yo, when the pre-dynastic Egyptians and the true builders of that culture, when they were building that shit, yo, it was green, forest, and grazing lands and shit. But now it's a fucking desert. And that's just what the fuck happens. Like shit, you can't stop that shit. We ain't gonna stop the fucking caps from melting. They keep trying these fucking this aerosol program and chemtrailing and all this shit, man. Yo, cause that's only because the people who have the power to do shit like that, cause they fear for themselves, yo. But that's the most destructive thing that could fucking happen to this on this hemisphere, yo. Is that Caldera? Yo, they say if that shit ever erupted, yo, bruh, there's nothing you can do. Nothing. There is nowhere to go. That's how you know, like, we're here by chance, man. This shit just happened. This shit just happened, bro. Ain't no way in hell somebody gonna design some shit like this. It's just not the whole planet, a time bomb. We don't really know what's on the deep core inside the Earth, but they say it's just what, like molten magma. I don't fucking know. It's a fucking bomb, bro. A bomb. All right. So we're going for some red lobster. We sat down the last two times, but she said she don't want to sit in the restaurant tonight, so just do that quick pickup. Somebody asked yesterday, where can they watch Akira? And if I advise everybody, if you've never seen these movies, watch one of them. And then the boys made me decide. Yo, he said no sir. Yo, she ain't eating that crap. I done tried to get what it is, the smoked eel. She don't want none of that. The smoked oysters. She don't want none of that. I be eating my seafood out of can. I ain't got no shame, bro. Tell them, babe, I eat sardines, oysters, eel, all out the can. Give me that. I throw that shit right in my noodles. Dump 2 eggs in there like plop plop. Now I got a phobo. See, y'all eat ramen noodles. I eat phobos. It's different, man. Plop plop. Some eel. Boys made me decide between the 2 movies. That's crazy. I still, like I say, man, I still can't believe y'all made me do that. And once again, I'm gonna have to take Ghost in the Shell, yo. Motoko Kusanagi, the Major. Batu Sato, Togisa, yo, the whole squad. Then they got all the gunplay. Like I said, I don't know, and I kind of hate Ghost in the Shell in a way because it's kind of like my standard now. Like I like animation that has like that techno cyberpunk feel to it with like some gunplay. Like Gun Girl was a good one. What was another good kind of cyberpunky? Desert Punk was pretty good. But there's not a lot of them, yo. I don't know. They can like take that, like Ghost in the Shell does it so well. And then the thing is, like, science fiction predicts the future because a motherfucker think of something that's damn near impossible, and then you'll get somebody that say, "I'm gonna make that shit possible." You remember? See, if you old enough, you remember Dick Tracy back in the day. Dick Tracy, an old ass comic book character, old detective dude chasing down motherfuckers like Mumbles and Flat Top. Yo, this motherfucker had a watch that he can talk to, and got down like had pictures on that shit, bro. Science fiction. And now you got Apple Watch, same shit, same watch Dick Tracy had. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker got flying cars and battery cars and all that shit was science fiction one time. But the shit Ghost in the Shell talk about before it was real, and we're not even there yet, but we're right on the cusp of a lot of this shit that this movie actually predicted, yo. How they interact with each other. You keep up with Elon Musk and that fucking that Neuralink shit, yo. Cause this Ghost in the Shell is before the Matrix. Think about that too now. Ghost in the Shell came out before the Matrix. The Matrix leaned on this movie heavy. And the Matrix is another one of my favorite movies. But once again, when you watch Ghost in the Shell, the original animated movie, yo, and look at how they build the technology and how they use the technology, and then the fight scenes in that movie, and then watch the Matrix, you'd be like, oh yeah, you guys tried to make Ghost in the Shell into a movie, yo. That's all they did, yo. That's what I said. Got it, man. It's my favorite one, yo. All right.
And the ice receded about 5,000 years ago. And the Europeans entered into history 4,000 years ago. This is when they first recorded this race called the Europeans 4,000 years ago. That was recorded on a pallet, on a mace head in Africa when they first met the Europeans. That's 4,000 years ago. So this is when they entered history. And of course, they entered history violently. And we say they were violent people. Well, they came from the Ice Age. Now, we're in Europe. We're around France, Germany, Sweden, the Slavic countries. Those areas are known as glaciated. Glaciated soil. When the ice melts, the ice floods the area, and when it floods, it washes away all the vital nutrients. This is what happened. So I'm going to just outline some of them and go over some of them that were washed away from the soil.
Wait a minute now. This is what he said. So after years and years of glaciated soil, when the glaciers finally melt, it washed away most of the really good topsoil. And so when it washed away what minerals? Because this is like science. Yeah.
Selenium.
Selenium.
Anyone raised on Ice Age glaciated soil, that's in France, that's in Germany, that's in England, is going to have a selenium deficiency. This is fact. This is what the soil content is. They're going to have a zinc deficiency. They're also going to have a phosphate deficiency. Or phosphorus, excuse me. That's just some of the deficiencies, just from eating plants that are raised on this glaciated soil in Britain, in France, in Sweden, in the European countries. So they're raised on soil that is depleted of these nutrients. When you have a selenium deficiency, you become irritable very easily. Your mind becomes unstable. When you have a zinc deficiency, you lack a neural, it's an element used to transmit nerve messages. So your nerve messages are not transported balancedly, you see, just by having a zinc deficiency. Then when you have a phosphate and potassium deficiency, by the way, this is the soil that raised the plants that they were eating. It was deficient in these nutrients. And when you look up these nutrients in a textbook, you'll find that a person that lacks them is violent, very easily irritated, and suffers from what they call schizophrenia, which is a mind and mood disorder. So the Europeans are raised on what we call glaciated soil. So they are deficient in these nutrients from 5, 4, 10,000 years ago. So they continuously were eating plants that were deficient of these nutrients. And when you're deficient of certain nutrients, each nutrient controls a form of behavior. If I take away your selenium, you will become sterile. Because selenium is highest in concentration in the male system, where the testicles is, in the sperm, selenium. So is zinc. That's why long ago they told brothers to eat oysters. They were after the zinc, you see. And that's the highest concentration is in the sperm. The highest concentration of vitamin C is around the semen. That's 8 to 10 times higher than the vitamin C that's in the systemic floating blood system. So these vital nutrients were not in the soil of the Europeans. Therefore, nutritionally, their behavior could only be one of unstable personality, violence, aggression, easily irritated. And then, added on to this deficient soil, we have a...
He told me, yo, I be checking my soil now. Man, look, man, I put a test strip in there, man. That shit turned yellow. Man, my shit acidic as a motherfucker. I can't grow no tomatoes in this bitch. Yo, the soil's getting fucked up now once again from all the chemtrailing they do. That shit washes down on everybody, yo. On everybody and everything. I don't care how organic and natural you try to grow anything, bro. If it fucking rains, they got you. Like, you gotta do a super indoor fucking grow and like, oh my god, yo, I don't know. It's so fucking hard. It's almost depressing sometimes. Oh, I hate fucking lines, you son of a... See, this is why I paint people. People don't have a lot of straight lines, yo. Almost got it. Man, I got lazy on that Procreate, boy. You pull that pencil, just hold it. That bit, got that line come straight. Make a perfect circle, squares. Like, wait a minute. This shit almost feel like cheating. Almost feel like cheating. Yeah, and then if you have a predominant crop that brings back the most, you try to keep that one, but still, like, you already know crop rotation, man. You gotta, like, especially if you're out there on the land, man, you gotta rotate crops sometimes, plant some different shit, and make sure the goddamn soil don't turn to sand. Shit, I'm from South Carolina. I live on one side of the house was a motherfucking cotton field, and then we had on the right side of the house was a cotton field, and then on the left side we had one neighbor, two neighbors, and then the third neighbor down. This motherfucker had a big ass plot with like he had like fucking he kept anywhere between 10 and 15 cows, yo. And that motherfucker just sold beef and shit, yo. But yeah, the dude, motherfucker would plant cotton, but he'll rotate that shit with corn. Cotton, corn, soy, or some shit, he said, yo. Or soy, cotton, corn, or... And then the dude with the cows, man, in the summertime, you hear the dude, cause we live on a dirt road, yo. But motherfuckers from on the down the other side of the road, all the young boys, you know, bitches come through on they four wheelers, man, come down that shit, yo. Ride up an old dude field and get them goddamn mushrooms out that shit. Word up. I remember when I see one of them motherfuckers, like, I used to go to school with the dude, right? And so it was a Saturday or something. And I seen them ride by, yo. And I was like, I seen that nigga, I was like, yo, motherfucker, I know you the bus stop. He was like, yo, I know you live right here. I was like, yeah, he's like, man, we coming over here all the time getting these mushrooms and shit. I'm like, man, y'all motherfucker crazy. I was too scared to try them shit back then. I tried that shit one time. I ain't really like that shit though. Goddamn shrooms, boy. Goddamn dirt bike mushroom bandits, boy. I saying then I used to him like I guess they would get enough where it wasn't like every weekend, but every once in a while you hit them. That little gang of dirt bikes. I mean, yeah, cause one dude had a dirt bike, other two motherfuckers had four wheelers. You hit them motherfucker come through there, man. You know where they going? They going right there to that dude's farm, yo. I thought about grabbing them shits and selling them shits, but like I said, man, I was still in fucking high school. I was selling weed, and then like I don't know, for some reason that like for us back then, I ain't know no black kids who would take fucking mushrooms and shit. It was like I say the white boys was doing that shit. Like man, I ain't eating that shit. Eating that shit off a damn cow, some cow dung. I'm good. No, thank you. But hell, they would do that shit. Somebody about to get got, yo, cause I don't know. That sound like, is that an ambulance? Oh, that's a fire truck. Yeah. Yeah, we had a oil tanker spill over like a couple miles down the highway. I ain't know what I've been seeing like the work going on all week, yo. Driving back and forth to work all week. But then I don't be paying that shit no attention really. I know that shit be slowing up the fucking traffic. I thought they was just adding like some new shit or repairing something, but nah, they said a gas truck or an oil tank or something fucking flipped over on trying to get on to the highway from the on ramp, yo, and spilled like 8,000 gallons of fucking fuel. And that shit just ate up all the fucking concrete and asphalt on that shit and goddamn started seeping into the ground, yo. And we got waterways close by, yo. Like there's a big ass river that run around this bitch. So they been out there all week trying to clean that shit up. And I can't wait till the week over. So like I say, man, just be that one spot on the highway every day now, and it's just like fucking shit, bro. But yo, I don't know, that truck driving shit, man. Like I wonder if first of all, is he okay for that shit, and then second of all, yo, you gonna lose your job? Like, what kind of insurance covering all that shit, yo? Like, yo, oh my god, nigga. Who gonna pay for this? This cleanup, man. This is a motherfucking $2 million job, man. Cleanup, disposal, manpower, and hours. It's just like, man, look, man. You paying for this shit. Cause your bitch ass can't drive, nigga. I wonder how long you been working, yo. If he been driving for years and years and years, and then he might got some real excuse like something happened, this happened, and I couldn't save it. But if you like some newbie ass truck driver, get your bitch ass out, motherfucker. They shouldn't have never gave you your goddamn CDL, motherfucker. Get your ass out of here. And then if that shit does get in the water table and contaminate some shit, then what, man? All kind of lawsuits, man. Let some little baby get sick or some shit, and they find some contaminants in the water that may have possibly come from this fucking spill. Suing like a bitch, yo. Suing like a motherfucker. Cause it's right the on ramp getting to the highway, so it's not like no residential areas close by, but yo, you never know. That's why motherfuckers been out there day and night all fucking week. That's how I wonder what the fuck they were doing.
Again. The pineal gland, that's the one that makes melanin. And when you're deficient, their pineal gland is 60 to 80% non-functional, whereas African people have a 100% functional pineal gland. Pineal gland is a gland that is in the center of your brain, and it makes the brain cell for all the cells in the body. It is the master gland. Without it, nothing happens. Nothing. All they tell us is that the pineal gland makes black. But they do not tell you that without the pineal gland, there is no nucleus to any cell in your body. If your pineal gland is very active and stimulated, you can make yourself darker. The Europeans have used experiments where they put themselves in a glass bubble and just stimulated the pineal, because they stimulated the pineal gland to make the melanocyte stimulating hormone. So they are deficient in melanin, you see. And without the melanin, you have no balance. You lack spirituality, you see. So we have three major things. We have the melanin deficiency. This is anatomically. I'm not going into social science. We all know about prejudice and all that sort of thing, but we tend to not look at the animal that behaves like a human being. So we have the mineral deficiency, the selenium, the zinc, the phosphorus, potassium, and we have the melanin deficiency. All of this is coming out of the Ice Age, where the soil was depleted of these nutrients. So we have a melanin deficiency. When you have a melanin deficiency, you have something that's called obsessive compulsive behavior. I hope you can understand my writing. A melanin deficiency produces obsessive compulsive behavior. This behavior is the behavior of what you would call an addicted person, someone that has to do things step by step. Because when you're high in melanin, you are creative, you're more intuitive. So you create your own steps. But when you're deficient in melanin, you have to go step by step by step. And that's called addictive behavior. If I want to teach someone with a melanin deficiency how to dance, I better paint the steps by step on the floor. That is because they're coming out of a melanin deficiency. And that's obsessive compulsive behavior, which you call racism.
That shit sound like science, man.
Obsessive compulsive people are inherently inferior. Now, all I've spoken to you about is what is nutritionally going on with the person that we call the Europeans, the Caucasians. What we have been going on in our plight with them is dealing with them socially. And say they do this socially and they do this socially and we don't like this, so we protest and we march and all that sort of thing. But we have not, as I said earlier, looked at them as strictly as they look at another group of people. They go in, they take the scientists, and they examine a group of people, and they call it anthropology. And we're going in, and we're taking the science of our mind, because the mind means science, to know, and we're looking at them. They come from a glaciated area, selenium deficiency, zinc deficiency, phosphorus deficiency, potassium deficiency. They also come from a melanin deficiency. And what does all of this produce? I repeat, unstable thinking, easily irritated, aggressive behavior, distorts reality. Distortion of reality is known as a psychosis. If I show you the pyramids in Africa, and you say black people are dumb, then you are distorting reality. The thing with a mind that's in this kind of state, in this diseased state, is that it believes first, and then it sees. You are used to thinking seeing is believing. If you see the truth, if I show you the pyramids, and I say it sits in the direct center of the landmass, and I say a star passes over it every 50,000 years, and then I show you the calculus in the building, and the geometry in the building, and then I show you the space age, which was invented in Africa when they did astrology, as you call it. That was the opening of the space age. I show you all this evidence, and you say African people are inferior, then you are suffering from a selenium deficiency, a zinc deficiency, a phosphorus deficiency, and a melanin deficiency, because you have distorted reality to inferiority. A group of people who are inferior use their imagination and create an illusion that they are superior. They There's nothing in recorded history to document that the Caucasians are superior. Nothing. When you read the book Race and Civilization, you find out that they just stopped cannibalism in 1946 in Germany. You have to realize that I haven't given you the social wolf pack behavior of the Europeans. We haven't gotten into them as a socializing creature. Remembering that our African ancestors, what makes us great is that we know how to get along with each other. Get along with the black woman. Until Europeans introduced him to his distortions, you see. What made us powerful is not the math, not the chemistry. It's human relationship. We know how to get along with each other, our children, and God. It's relationship. We have mastered the science of relationship. But when you suffer from a mineral deficiency such as this, and a melanin deficiency such as this, and you're inferior, you're going to distort reality. And that's what we're dealing with. We're dealing with some animals that behave like human beings. So we constantly try to get them to change their minds, to change their behavior with all these wonderful intellectual thoughts about harmony and peace and love and brotherhood and all that sort of thing. But you don't do that to a person who is drunk. You don't give them an intellectual sandwich. You have to treat a person like that. You have to first cleanse their system, get rid of their addiction. You find out that they're deficient in glutamic acid. They have a glutamic acid deficiency. This feeds the brain. Glutamic acid. I don't want to clutter the board too much, although I do need an eraser. Now, I told you about the Ice Age. The most recent one is the 1.5 million years ago, which ended 10,000 years ago, and the ice regressed at 5,000 years ago, and then you had the European enter in history 4,000 years ago. This is the only recorded incident of them in history. The Romans and the Greeks are not Europeans. They are Mediterranean cultures.
Mediterranean.
See, what has happened is a person in some history. They have written themselves into history, and you believe it. They are not from the Roman Empire. They are not from Greece. They never were a part of it. At all. Now, the ice regressed. I'm trying to give you the social climate. Now, when these icebergs are moving, they sound like lightning. They like bolts, and they rock the whole earth. And it's like an earthquake all the time. You walk down the street, and the street opens up and swallows you. You see, this is the Ice Age. This is the kind of social environment they were in. Understanding. Now, with all that going on, you have human traps. I know you think that the Europeans are buying us as slaves to work the land, but some of us were sold just for delicacies. Some of us were eaten. They have human traps. They have traps for how to capture children. They have human broths, how to bake a child. These are in their recipe books. Race and Civilization is the name of the book, and if you want to know how Europeans really behave, you read a book called Dirty. Dirt. That's what it's called. Race and Civilization is one book, and the other book is Dirt. That's the title. I can't think of the authors right now. But the behavior is what we're talking about. And when you have this atmosphere where the earth is shaking and rolling under your feet, it can produce a lot of fear in you. And then the food lie, because the land is frozen and the water is frozen, so you have a shortage of food. So you're going from starvation to overeating, starvation to overeating, which we call binging or bulimia. And when you meet people, you transmit the same illness to them. And so you got black people that overeat, and they go on a diet, which is starvation, and they overeat, and they go on a diet. So we're just copying their behavior. See, they don't have to teach us confusion, they are confusion. You see. Nonetheless, we have all this going on, and then we have something that closely resembles their social condition. And the social condition is that of what we call a wolf pack. This wolf pack behavior. In that when a wolf captures its prey, they are together killing the carcass. And then once the carcass is killed, then they start fighting amongst each other. And that's what they always do. They're wolf packs that they are called alliances. North American Treaty Alliance, United Nations. These are alliances that they form to attack a caucus, or be that Africa, Somalia, Ethiopia. And once they have attacked it, then they fight amongst each other. This is wolf pack behavior. And the wolf always resorts to juvenile behavior after it captures its prey. It becomes very childish and licks each other and cuddles up and does these very childish behaviors. And sure enough, after they capture their prey, be it African people in prison, or sexually, however they want to capture us, or capture us through peace, or capture us through war, any tool that they use is to rule and control you. It doesn't matter what the tool is. The tool can work. The tool can be peace. The tool can be religion. Any device they use is going to be used to rule and control you. If they give you money, they use money to rule and control you. 90% of all the millionaires, black millionaires, invest in white people and their businesses, excuse me. So money is just used. You say, all this money black people make. Yes, but they gave it to you. So whoever gave it to you for their benefit. So what they gave you is to rule and control you. So you fight to vote. Now that you vote, and they use voting to rule and control you. Then you fight to get in the classroom. And what do they do? The miseducation of the Negro. Do I have to go into that? They use education to rule and control.
Attention, please. Workshop. Boys and men.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yes, so what we have is the wolf pack behavior. Now, I'm going over a lot of large concepts very fast. I know that. So, what I'm trying to say is they wolf pack. That's why they come together and have sex, which we call orgies. See, they always come together for these activities. They come together and burn a Negro at the stake, and you call it the Ku Klux Klan. Then the meeting's over, then they fight each other at work and doing this same little childish behavior. Or if they have a celebration, they use alcohol, and then they start acting silly. Then you wonder why they're acting silly, because they were always silly. But the thing is, I'm just trying to identify some of the things so you can start looking at an animal that's behaving like a human being. Because to be human doesn't mean you have 2 legs and 2 arms. Human is a way of behavior. That's why our ancestors said, when you finish what we call the rites of passage, which is a German term for a course of academic study. We're academicians. We teach. We learn. But the German invented this term rites of passage to kind of throw you off. Like they invented the term naturopathy, which is my field, naturopathic medicine, to throw you off. They are not going to call it African hygienic health. They are not going to call anything of ours African and let us know. So they invent another term. Remember, they're coming from the Ice Age, 5,000 years ago. Here you are, African man and woman, averaging 200 to 300 years of age. They're living to be 30 years of age. You have the equivalent of a PhD at 12 years old. That's your level of intelligence in Africa. What you're fighting to get to, a 12-year-old kid already has. So here you come with all this intelligence and this vast vocabulary, because remember, they're coming out of the Ice Age, so they didn't have indoor plumbing like our ancestors had, or glass windows, remember. We had a whole vocabulary of words, they didn't know what
yeah,
they were
I'm
talking
hungry
about.
now, so I'm just trying to hurry up and get through with this part right here.
Babe, it's not rushing. That's what I'm saying. It's going to take a while for the food to be ready. I'm just trying to...
That's what I'm saying, order it now.
That's what I'm doing.
Oh,
That's
my
what I'm saying.
bad.
How do you want your steak, babe?
Medium.
And what's beside you? Green beans, rice, mashed potatoes.
Put medium well.
Medium well.
Yeah.
Okay. Coleslaw, baked potato, broccoli.
Baked,
2 sides.
baked potato
And coleslaw. Mashed potatoes, fries, rice, green beans.
and beans.
Broccoli.
A baked potato and some green beans.
Alright.
Yo, my fucking stomach is starting to growl.
It's filet mignon though. You cool with that? That's what the surf and turf is.
Well, I can get the other steak dinner and just add the lobster to it, babe.
Alright.
The strip. All right, yeah, I'm gonna clean up. I am hungry. Damn. All right, so I got that outline. And I'll tone it. I think I'm gonna tone it a different color. I normally do sienna or burnt sienna, which is kind of like a orangish brown color, depending on how thin you apply it. But I don't know. For this, I saw this guy tone his canvas with look, so I think I'm gonna tone it yellow. Actually, the last few canvases I toned them gray. But I've seen people tone their canvas all different kind of colors, and it does, when you're doing your underpainting, it does kind of help you gauge your colors a little differently, depending on what kind of background you're laying it on top of. So I may play around with just like some underpaintings and how I prep the canvas and see what I can do. Alright, so that's on there. Whew. It took me a minute. My past couple of days been kind of busy, yeah. But got that done because I'm down to like hardly any paintings right now. I finished the toe painting, and then I have another one from a different angle, so I'm gonna do that one. But then that was it, so I had to get these two canvases prepped. That one's already sketched up, so I'm gonna tone this one and then set that to the side, and then I'll outline and tone that one, and then I'll start blocking them in with an underpainting. So I want to block both of these in with underpaintings before I start that. And so these two will already be sitting, drying while I'm working on that piece. And then as soon as that's done, I can jump into one of these, which means I still need something else. I need to have like 2 more canvases drawn up. Because I hate that toe painting is going to be pretty small. Well, I mean, it's small, so it's not going to take that long, yeah. But honestly, this one, just from the size, so I'll be working on this for a minute, and then the next one, from the size and the detail, I wanna really like take my time and try to get a lot of that good detail in there. So we'll see. So I know with just these 3 paintings, I have a couple of months of work right here. At least, maybe this is probably about 3 months of work for me. I keep myself busy for a minute on these while I come up with some other images. Condensation. But yeah, I'm hungry as shit. Because I've been drinking and I'm smoking and I'm thinking, give me a high five. I'm about to go downstairs. Alright. Let's see if we get all this shit wrapped up. Set that aside. Grab my phone. Turn the speaker off. Ugh. Turn the laptop off. Why you gonna do me like that, bro? I'm about to end the stream. Now I gotta go carry this whole fucking thought in my head, man. Always on some fucking philosophical shit, you know what I'm saying? Until next time.